A quick sum up of this week indications. So Bitcoin flat and range bound. Oil a little bit down. We're searching for a bottom and then up. ES, I have no indication because we are waiting for an up movement if low volatility, or a down movement or trading range if high volatility. The euro, I'm waiting for a bit up movement. The pound, I'm waiting for a down movement. Gold, I'm waiting for a bit of an up movement up to the resistance, but low probability. All right, copper, I'm waiting for a bit of an up movement, low probability. And nat gas, I'm waiting for a bottom, but with medium-term analysis that it's pretty much flat. Silver, the analysis is going quite well because it's pretty much similar, and I'm waiting for a bottom before going up. All right, the yen, I'm waiting for a down movement, a bit of a down movement, and the rates, it's been up, but I'm waiting for another up movement up to that resistance here. That's it for me. And now the analysis, the deep analysis. So let's start with Bitcoin. This week we had some statistics about inflation, the CPI, the PPI, and the FOMC. So it was Bitcoin moved a lot, but still stayed in that range here, in that, we can call it a rectangle. All right, so I had a short-term provision here in yellow, orange on last Monday. It moved a lot, but still it's more or less okay. But today we are doing medium-term analysis. So in blue, last week I was indicating no movement, or at least a bit of volatility, but no movement. And it's pretty much okay. At least it stayed in this rectangle here. So, the provision was pretty much okay. All right, so let's switch to today's provision. So here the window is quite large. I want to have this up movement and this whole correction. So we have 134 days of analysis. All right, I find only 3 curves. This one, and this one. So 2 that are like up, and 1 that is down. So with only 3 curves and with that type of fit, I think we have to go into the details, and we can see that here the first one, the fit is quite nice up to here, which is average, let's say, and then we have very low volatility with upward movement, and it goes up to the resistance here. In that case, we have low vol 2, but little downward movement, and it goes to the support here. Last one, it goes, it's more or less like the first one, very low volatility going up, and then we go to the resistance here. But clearly, maybe it's the first one who has the same the volatility that is look like the red one, the reference that we have right now, but it's still lower volatility. So I don't really like the volatility profile here. It doesn't really look like on the first one, either on the second one or on the third one. Usually when there's more volatility, there's more uncertainty. So I would guess that it wouldn't break out for now. And anyway, the provision on the 3 curves, it's pretty flat, a bit upward sloping, but still it's like we're gonna stay between the support and the resistance here. So contrary to my short-term indication here that it would go down, the medium-term indication would say that it would stay between that range another week. So I will keep that blue line here and put the confidence index at 10% because the more we stay inside that rectangle, the most probable it would break at some point this rectangle. All right, let's switch to oil. So oil, last week I had an indication of a down movement here and then up with a 40% of confidence index. It didn't go that way. It went up. I remember well, last week we had like 2/8 curves that were like that, going up directly. And well, it didn't go down. It went up directly. So it happens sometimes. It's not the most probable that happens. And in that case, it went up directly. All right. Let's see what do we have right now with oil. So over 10 curves, I have 3 that are really fitted, that I find really fitted. This one that is really nicely fitted, especially here where we have the throw here and this one. So we have few curves and quite noisy. So the probabilities, the confidence index is going to be around 15-20%, I guess. So the indication here would be a rest for 5 days and then upward sloping. It's what we have. So we take the first one. This one is resting like a lot more and then up. This one is resting some days, maybe 5 days and then up. 2. This one is going down quickly and then up. The average is doing that, a bit down, but well, let's say no real movement for 5 to 10 days, and then up movement with a low confidence index. So that's it. Next week, not that much of a movement, and then up for the next 40 days, around 15%. So let's switch to ES, the SP500, who had a good reaction to the statistic. I was waiting last week for a flat behavior. It didn't go that way. It went up with the statistic. For sure, my method is not made to forecast exogenous events. So, the indication was wrong, but I have no shame with that. All right, let's see what do we have today. So I've narrowed the window a bit to 100 days to get this last movement here. So we can zoom in this last movement and have a more specified curve about that movement. On the 10 curve that my algorithm has found, I've sorted out 5 that are quite similar. So here it's really looking at the volatility. Volatility means indecision, and in that case, it means even more, a correction. Here you have like high volatility, okay, and it's going down. Here you have quite high volatility, it's going down. Here we directly see the difference. It's low volatility and it's going up. Here too, high volatility and correction, here it's more trading range. At the end it's going down, but we can see that it's more volatile. And here it's higher volatility than the second one, but not lower volatility than the other curves, and it's going up. So we have just 2 clear solutions going forward. Low volatility, it's going up. High volatility, it's going down or sideways. All right. Right now, the most, I guess that would be that one, which is the most similar in terms of shape and in terms of volatility. So I would say for now that it would go up, but the last movement here to me seems a bit volatile. So I really don't know. I'm a bit puzzled. I think I won't put any line on my TradingView graph, and just seeing next week if we have a big down movement here, very quick, even though if it's followed by an up movement, it doesn't matter. It would mean that we are going into a high volatility period, and then that would mean a correction or sideways, trading sideways. If it stays with a low volatility like it has been the last 100 days, well, it would go up then. All right, so I erased the blue line on my TradingView graph, and we are going to see next week if it goes like very quickly down here and then maybe up about high volatility behavior, then I think it would go down or trading sideways, or if it stays in a low volatility behavior, yeah, it would go up. Okay, let's switch to the euro. The euro, I had a period of flatness and then down a bit. The euro was quite volatile this week because of the statistics, but well, it went down. At least I have the directional correct, but it didn't really rest for a while. It has gone down directly. Anyway, I had a 10% confidence index, so low confidence. Still, the directional is okay. And at the end, yeah, that was not a bad indication. So today, what do we have? A window quite short because the euro is quite volatile and the curve is not very specific. I had some difficulties to find, to include good specific movements. So I have 64 days here of analysis and 32 days of future here. All right, on the 10 curves that my algorithm has given me, I've selected 5. The result is flattish for 10 days and a burst of volatility here that would go up. I mean, on average, I have more upside than downside, but there's a big burst of volatility here from day 10 to 25, 30. All right. So if I switch to the TradingView graph, I would expect a calm week next week, and afterwards a big movement, a bit more on the upside than on the downside, but with a low confidence index. Okay, let's switch to the pound. The pound, where I had a bit downward provision indication here. It was perturbed too by the statistics of this week. All right, but it's pretty much on track. It's pretty much okay, even though the confidence index was pretty low. All right, what do we have right now? So I don't really like the fit, even though I have a lot of curves here. I have like 7 curves over the 10 curves that gave me my algorithm. The fit is really not nice. As you can see, it's this one is pretty much okay, but I don't really like it. The volatility is a bit different. Shape is not perfect, and the curve right now in red here is not very specific. Okay, but still we have a down movement indicated, like 1%, 1.5% over the next 30 days. It's certainly more bearish than the euro, all right? So it would be something like that, minus 1%, 1.5% over the next 20 days for the pound. Okay, we switch to gold. Gold, where I had my indication since last month, the end of last month actually, and it's been working quite well, meaning it's pretty much flat. We don't see that much the line here, but here is the blue line here that is indicating a flat behavior. It has been a flat behavior. Indication is quite okay. Let's switch to the actual indication. So here right now, the analysis is getting a bit scrambled. I like it a bit less than last week and the week before. I'm still waiting for a resolution after this up movement and this stabilization here. So we are looking for an exit to the upside or the downside, but for now it's pretty much flat. And my indication is still quite flat. Okay, the result of the 4 curves that I have here that comes from the 10 curves that gave me my analysis. As you can see, they are quite flat. Just this one that is going up quite quickly, but we can see here that the volatility is a bit different. The shape is a bit different. So I'm not that sure about it. All right. At the end, we have on the 4 curves a pretty flattish period, and it's like going up to the resistance here for the next 10 days. 20 days. However, as the analysis get a bit scrambled, I think I will put a confidence index around 10%. All right. So here we have a short-term indication with a very low confidence index. For now, I'm not expecting a breakup or breakdown of this correction here, of this trading range. And we'll see the behavior for the next weeks to come. Not much to do for now with this analysis, just going up to the resistance with a low confidence index. Okay, let's switch to copper, where I was expecting not much movement for last week, and indeed we didn't have much movement. It's going well, the indication on that point. All right, so I had some difficulties to find a good window of analysis. Here I tried to get more of it up to 100 days, but it didn't work that well. So I narrowed it to 42 days. The problem is to find a similar curve, a curve that is similar to this peak here that is quite narrow and quite quick. And in the past, it didn't happen that much. I just found 3 quite nice similar curves. Okay, the best one is maybe that one. The result, the analysis here, the average is quite flat, a bit down. Okay, but however, we can expect some volatility, meaning a short-term volatility like here we have, if I take the first one, down movement directly here, and this one's going to be up movement directly here, and this one an up movement quite quickly. So short term, I have 2 up for 1 down that give me something like 4% over 5 days. That's quite a short-term movement. I guess it has to be confirmed with a short-term analysis. Tomorrow on Monday, I will try to do a short-term analysis to confirm that. If I switch to the trading view graph, we can see that I had already an up indication here. So an up movement would be coherent, but has to be confirmed on Monday with a short-term analysis. I will do it if I have some time. Okay, but globally, medium term over the next months, I guess we have a pretty flattish for now behavior. It's for now the analysis doesn't give a medium-term prediction that would be really tradable. Okay, nat gas, I had no indication last week. All right, let's see what do we have right now. So I've narrowed the analysis window at 66 days. So here we have 66 days of analysis. I have 4 curves here over the 10 that was given by my analysis. So result of the analysis is quite flat for the next 33 days, but we are still waiting for a bottom. If we try to look into the detail of my statistical analysis here, it's going down and then up, so we can wait for a bottom here at something like minus 5% over the next 10 days before a move up. So if we look into each curve here, we have a very volatile one and it's going down quickly. So it's a bit, it's not really in phase, but I would wait for this moment here, for this minus 10% here and going up quickly. All right. This one we have also a down movement, then up movement again. Here too, down movement, then up again, big up movement. All right, this one too, down, then up. So maybe that's a trade that can be put in place. For sure, it's up to you, and you have to confirm that by other indicator. But well, that's what I would wait for: a down movement here and then up again. Okay, so that would be that. It's like shorter term movement within a pretty flattish behavior, medium term, all right? And yeah, it's a low index of confidence, 20%, because it's, well, within the noise of the medium term. But globally, medium term over the next months, yeah, pretty flattish behavior. Okay, we can switch to silver. I had a down movement expected, then up. For now, it's going quite well. It's been a bit noisy, but not that much. It's going quite well. What do I have right now? So I have 3 curves valid over the 10 curves. I have a window of analysis of 83 days to get the whole movement with 1, 2, 3, 4 sub movements. All right, and I have, well, more or less the same exact analysis with continuation a bit of the down movement with a low here and then up. So it's, well, it's exactly the same as I have in my TradingView chart, and it's more or less the same as what I had, yeah, last week. Nearly the same analysis, and it gives the same result. So I think I can put the confidence index a bit higher and trying to get that low here in silver and yeah, enough movement for the next months. Okay, let's switch to the yen. I was expecting a down movement. It went, well, pretty much sideways for now. So the indication is, let's say, average is not working as expected. Let's see what do we have right now. All right. So it's a pretty long-term analysis with 130 days. Yeah, I'm trying to catch a top here, I guess. Here we have still a down movement expected. I have 5 curves over the next, over the 10 curves that gave me my analysis, all right? And they are indicating either a down behavior, a topping formation, or a pause for the next, 25 days, all right? So here the average is down behavior, down for the next 25 days, and then there's more volatility after 25 days. All right, if I go back to the TradingView graph, I would expect something like that, 2.5% down for the next 25 days. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's switch to the 10-year note. I was expecting an up movement, and it's what we had. It went down a bit, but then up. I guess the statistics helped me with that indication. But all right, let's switch to the indication that we have right now. So I've widened the analysis time to 100 days to include this down movement and up, down, and then up. I'm a bit I'm a bit stuck between a long-term analysis and medium term because we have a nice shape that is on the long term, and the medium term is more or less. So it's not as pretty. So yeah, the analysis is a bit in between two time frames. So I'm not very comfortable with this analysis. However, it gives me an up movement of around 2% over the next 20 days. All right. And it's pretty clear over the different curves that I have. Maybe this one that is different, but this one is up to, this one is up to, and this one up to. So I have like one that is different over 6 curves. I guess I can put a confidence index of 30%. All right, within these different curves, I have one that is pretty well fitted, which is this one. It's quite nicely fitted. At the end, it's even more fitted, and it's August 2008. Okay, I'm not expecting my analysis to forecast some recession, but yeah, it's interesting. However, you can see here the volatility in the rates that is quite huge. It was 2008. All right, so let's switch to my trading view graph. So here it is. I'm expecting 2%, 2 more percent for the next 25 days. Well, I guess that would mean that it would go up to that resistance here over the next 25 days. We'll see. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching.